Assalamualaikum and hi. So today we will present about oil industry. Next, so here is a list of group members. Next, okay. So about oil industries, we need to understand how oil industry generate waste. Second, we need to understand how cooking oil at home generate waste. And third is the benefit of managing oil waste. Next. All right. So the first part is we explain about the further waste produced in certain process step in manufacturing of oil industry. Next. Okay. So understand the oil industry. So here is the picture of how oil is produced through the industry. Next. So the first step is sterilization of fresh fruit bunch or FB, where the fresh fruit bunch is will be sterilized in the autoclave for 2 hours, and the temperature is autoclave is about 120 to 130 degrees Celsius. So this focus to check for the formation of free fatty acid due to enzyme reaction and facilitating stripping, and also prepare the meso cup for subsequent processing. So using sterilization, it using steam condensate where it cause the major sources of wastewater. So next. Second is stripping or threshing. This focus to fruit strip off from the fruit bunch using rotary drum stripper. So it will produce an waste of empty fruit bunch, and the detached fruit will be collected and discharged into the digester. So next. So third is digesting or pressing. This process using rotating arms where the fruit bunch that have been where the fruit has been collected and mashed under the steam heat to break the mesocarp oil, which is a bearing cells, and the oil is pressed out under high pressure. So this using hot water to enhance flow of the oil. So this one generate waste of water waste. So next. The fourth step is screw pump oil extraction, where the oil will be passed through to the screw press and followed by vibrating screens, where it using hydrocyclone and decanter to remove fine solid and water. This also using centrifugal and vacuum to purify oil before we put the oil into the storage tank. The temperature in storage tank should be 60 degrees Celsius. And for the crude oil slurry, the oil will be undergo more separation and purification, and it will produce fiber and nuts, or known as praise cake, and this will be conveyed to the deporicator for separation. So decanter wastewater and also decanter cake are waste in this process. Next. Nut or fiber separation. This using screw press, where the praise cake is discharged, consists of moisture or fiber and also nuts. The cakes will convey to the deeper recapper for nuts and fiber separation. It using strong air current induced by suction fan. And the fiber in this process will be sent to the boiler house and used as a boiler food. And while nuts, it will send to rotating drum for further processing next. The nut cracking. So it using centrifugal cracker or hydrocyclone. It will crack the nuts and separate the kernels and the shells using clay suspension. The waste in this process is wastewater. It generate more wastewater, and the kernels of nuts will be sent to the drying process in silo dryer for sale. That's it. Next.
Okay, next, I will explain about the suitable waste management technique for waste produce. Okay, next, there are two types of waste, which is solid waste and liquid effluent. For solid waste, there are empty fruit bunch, palm kernel cake, PKC, and fiber and shell. Okay, for liquid effluent, there are palm oil milk effluent, which is POME. Next, okay, this is the structure for how solid waste is produced. Okay, next. Okay, what is empty fruit bunch? Empty fruit bunch is a kind of biomass formed during the production process of palm oil. It has a hard and strong multicellular fiber that have a central part called lacuna. So it can use as an alternative of fertilizer. Right? Okay, what is palm kernel cake? Palm kernel cake is oil that has been extracted from kernel known as palm kernel cake. It rich in carbohydrate and protein. Okay, it is used as main component for feed meal combination. It is used as for land filling or burned as directly as fuel. Okay, so it is important for land filling. Okay, next. Okay, what is kernel recovery? Kernel recovery, the mixture of nut and fiber is dried first and then separated from each other in a dipericarper. It is called a nut and fiber separator. Okay, in kernel recovery also, it is when the fiber is light in weight and they is carried out by airflow, and the nut will fall in rotary drum. Okay, that's how the fiber and the nut is separated. Okay, the fiber is put in the boiler as fuel and nut is put in the silo. Okay, fiber and shell, it can use as a solid fuel for steam boiler in palm oil mill. Okay, it produces steam for processing activity and generating electricity. It is used as a rod and hardening, and it also can use and convert into liquid. Okay.
Okay, I'll continue for liquid effluent waste. For liquid waste that produced in oil industry is when crude oil is undergo clarification process, it will produce palm oil effluent, which is the liquid waste in oil industry, and also the oil. Okay. Okay, so the palm oil effluents, it is found in hard solid oil and gas form, and its richness contain BOD and COD, and it also contain around 95 to 96% of water, 0.6 to 0.7% of water, and 2 to 4% of suspended particulate. And this also is susceptible to microbial breakdown due to its high organic carbon, nitrogen, and mineral content. Okay, next for the treatment method. The typical treatment method for palm oil mill effluent is conventional ponding method or ponding system because it is cost effectiveness, low maintenance cost, energy efficiency, system reliability, and also a simple design. So prior to the anaerobic stage that decrease the palm oil mill effluent temperature and stabilize the pH, this anaerobic treatment point is the most effective method of anaerobic decomposition for treatment high strength wastewater.
For part 2, we will be discussing about cooking oil at home. We will explain further about the waste produced when using cooking oil and what suitable waste management techniques used to manage the waste. Next. How oil waste is generated at home. People use cooking oil to cook. Some of the common cooking oil are palm oil, olive oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, canola oil, and peanut oil. Cooking oil cannot be reused many times as it is harmful to our health. Therefore, a lot of waste is generated daily. Next. The consequences of cooking oil wastage is it pollutes the environment with an offensive odor. It soils the water that causes aquatic life unable to breathe and eventually die. Cooking oils also come in packaging that is not readily biodegradable. Next. This situation not only happens in households, but it also happens in the restaurant and cafeteria, hotels, and also food factories. The cooking oil is collected to further process. Once it is collected, it will undergo filtration process, sedimentation process, and also neutralization process. After that, it will be sent back as refined waste cooking oil.
So now I will continue to present about the simple and easy step for further understanding. So the first one is store properly and then dispose along with other household waste. So as you can see here, this is the simple infographic for further understanding. So the first one, the first step is you have to cool the cooking oil first and then pour into the container. You have to place in plastic bag and then throw in garbage. As a side note, you can choose to freeze the cooking oil first because if you want to deal with it in solid form rather than liquid waste. The second one, do not use the plastic bag to store the used cooking oil because the plastic bag is not sturdy enough. So the plastic will leak. Next, the second one, take use oil to restaurant or school canteen for correct disposal, because most of the restaurant and school canteen have the disposal bin like in the picture. So the third one, contact a household hazardous waste disposal company. This is the beneficial option because during this COVID, you have the medical waste at home, so you can throw it too. So this is the example of company that you can contact here. So next, so the fourth one is use a grease disposal system that you can buy from a Shopee, Lazada, or any place that you can find it. So this is the system kit that works as a grease disposal. They have plastic container with 4-line bag, and how to use it, you have to pour the used or cool cooking oil into the bag and seal it, and you can throw into the garbage. And the fifth one is like the easiest one, but not most of household area will do it because it involves compost material. So if you're using the plants cooking oil, especially the organic one, 100% from the plants, for example, coconut and sea flower like that, because of all of that is a natural food, so it's safe to add to regular compost pile. So the animal fat and oil cooked with meat, you better not to mix with the compost because it will attract the unwanted bugs and small animals. So the benefiting the oil is the earthworm will enjoy eating the cooking oil and it will benefit to the soil. So the cons part is if you compose it too much, it will cause a situation where it will block the air and water flow in soil. So next, reusing the cooking oil. So you can reuse the cooking oil by making a soap. Here is a simple recipe how to make a soap, and you can make it as a goodies or anything. The last one is you can reuse to make it a non-toxic insecticide or weed killer to keep the bugs away. This is the effectively suffocate harmful bugs as it coats the body of the insects and it will block the pore that used to breed.
So the final part is the conclusion, which is the benefits of managing oil waste in industry, commercial, and residential. Next. So firstly, it can be a renewable energy where they use oils, the grease, the animal fats, and these use vegetable oils can be processed to be a biodiesel, which is this biodiesel is converted into diesel that can be used by diesel powered vehicle, and it is effective. This is for the liquid. For the okay, next is to save cost. So for the industry, they use this biodiesel as the lubricant for their machinery, and also this biodiesel is much cheaper compared to their imported fuel for their machinery that requires specific oil. And for consumer part, recycling this cooking oil also save them money rather than blocking their drains and cost even more to clear the drain. So next is to create jobs where this disposing of waste oils creating job for the locals, and also this method save the government from important, like I said before, importing the specific oils from outside. And finally, we can achieve our goal, which is to sustain the environment by recycling the oils. So for the biodiesel can be reused, the husk can be used for fertilizer, and the kernel can be used for landfilling. So it can make our environment sustain. So that's all from us. Thank you.